To order. Our first is the Pledge of Allegiance, and then I'll read the stuff. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So again, we are doing a hybrid virtual, being recorded. I guess Chris Lent, is he on or?
Oh, hold on. Right.
Chris Lent.
Yes, it's good.
So, Chris, how are you?
Can't hear.
You're on mute. That's okay. I read lips. You said you're doing pretty good. So, Chris, I'm going to ask you to keep a video and audio. We'll, raise your hand or something if we need you. But if you come on and you have comments and stuff, just give us your name and that'll be fine. Also, anybody who is to join us will give their name and address should they have something to say during the audience of citizens. So, and we will look and see if anything was in the 24 hours prior to. And we are now supposed to put out 48 hours prior to the meeting, the new minutes, or not the minutes, the
Just
agenda.
an announcement of the meeting that it'll be hybrid, if so.
All right. Everything's evolving after 2 years. Wonderful. Okay. I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Anybody anything to add? No discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Chris, thank you. I saw it. I do have approval of the minutes for the Board of Selectmen regular meeting for April 19th, 2022. I move to amend, well, let's discuss that. Anybody have anything else? Because I do have I have to amend the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes.
Yeah, I had something as well.
Okay, why don't you tell us?
Okay, paragraph 7.5,
Yep.
third sentence in it, it looks like it's just missing information, or I don't know if that's how we redact the low bidder and the high bidder. So the third sentence says the highest quote was, comma, and the lowest quote was, comma, or period.
And you gave us a difference of like $300 or something.
Yeah,
for both of them.
12,000 was not there was a high bid at
Okay, we're
15,000.
just looking to put them in
Yeah,
there.
where would I get those? Jim?
We don't need it right now. We can just agree that the figures are going to be put in there.
I'll plug them in,
Yeah.
exactly what they were.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, anything else? Good, good. So I make a motion that we amend the Board of Selectmen meeting for April 19th to include the figures in relation to the,
Highest and lowest quote.
the HVAC system bids. And also I need to correct the approval of refund total from $224 and $224.26 to $285.02, $285.02. We had to pay some interest on that. So other than that, the minutes will stay as written. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Ian, any audience or citizen? You got something? Yeah, he voted, yeah. Nothing, Ian?
No.
Okay, old business. So we talked about a humanitarian fund from CCM, and we were gonna look into that,
Yes,
and
and some of the questions
is it legit?
were identified. Jen helped do some research and went into the actual United Nations. That they call it the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, OSHA, and that activity to finance the United Nations Office of Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs is financed with 5% from the annual budget. Everything else is voluntary contributions from both member states and the European Commission. And then the extra budget for administrative costs run at 7% of the total budget, which is 308 million. So 7% of that is there.
I did some research real quick, and I did look at that. One of the things they do is they give it to the government. They give it to the Ukrainian government. And if you remember when we gave money to Haiti, the Haitian government, the United States, it just vanished.
Never gets to the people.
It never gets to the
Sure.
people. There's Charity Navigator, and you can, because I did a little bit of research, and there's Charity Navigator, and they give a whole bunch of them, and they rate them, and you can give directly to people who are on the ground already doing the work.
Okay.
Instead, and I just don't trust the big government things. They get sucked up in corrupt politicians. My personal opinion.
So does the Board of Selectmen want to endorse this, or if people want to do things, they can call the Ukrainian Home in Hartford and find out how they can help.
Sounds like there's overwhelming support for this.
That's fine, so I make a motion that we verbally endorse the CCM and NLC Ukrainian Humanitarian Fund as a charity that we've looked into and endorse.
I'm not sure we are endorsing it. Are we endorsing it?
No, maybe not endorse it, but we've looked into it
We're
and
acknowledging that it exists.
I mean, do you want to put it on our webpage and put a link?
well,
to it?
what are the CCM is asking us to put it out there, are they not?
It's already on their webpage. So it was just, if the only offer was, do you want us to link their page to our page? That's all. And
And there's information there that people will look at. I mean, let's link that, put it on there so people have an option after they do their own homework.
They don't do their own homework, and they assume that we've done our homework. That's it, that's just, I don't know, you might want to put it there with a couple others. Ukrainian Home and even Charity Navigator. Got a nice site, if you want me to. I would. I just,
So the motion is to put their link on there so people can read it, have an option. We've discussed it. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Opposed? Fine. Let people find their own way.
okay, so don't do anything.
No, okay, we're good. It's like 02 and 0. New business. Right. Set a town meeting for the approval and endorsement for the execution of a CPACE partial release agreement. Mark, all yours.
So if you go back, you'll see back in 2014, when Carmen was first selectwoman and the CPACE first came out, we joined CPACE. We've never actually had a commercial account go through CPACE, which is taking green money, green bank money.
what's CPACE?
So CPACE is a way that you could put solar panels on the whole roof of your building.
Okay,
And then the money would funnel, you would pay for that solar green improvement through your taxes. Well, and the money was actually coming from the green bank funds from the state.
okay.
But it got too complicated linking through your taxes, through your property tax of the town. So this latest version of CPACE is they would like to just have us endorse a release agreement, and the money and the company will work directly together, bypassing the town. So your business would work with the green bank directly on a loan to do green improvements to your
And we would
company.
be out of it?
The town would be out of it,
That's
and the tax office would be out of it. So it's a cleaner system.
So what do they offer?
They offer funding for green improvements for companies.
This is a business.
For companies, not for homes.
Correct.
And how have they done so far? What is their,
Well, I had more activity in this in East Haddam. We had a whole lumberyard put in, a whole solar field on some of their hay fields. And it went through the SUTACE system and it worked great. We haven't had anyone in Columbia, but by doing this, it would be available to a company in Columbia,
At a lower interest rate,
whatever they negotiate through the green bank.
so it's just for a specific purpose.
So it's for commercial properties with clean energy.
I guess, so what would be the benefit to doing this?
A company would be able to get access to funding from the green bank, which offers low interest loans,
Okay.
for green,
With less strings, with
less
less hoops
strings,
to go through.
a lot less strings now, since you don't have to go through property tax.
There's so many different solar companies out there. It keeps us out of it. Let them do their own business, they
Right.
negotiate.
Well, and we're already in it. This is just simplifying how
Right,
a company,
yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't, the
Simply
billing,
is
the
good.
the credits and stuff don't go filtered back to us.
move that we set a town meeting for the approval and endorsement of the execution of a CMAP PACE partial release agreement on Tuesday, May 17th at 6:45.
Any more discussion?
Yeah, actually, I have just a question on the document.
Yeah,
So in the actual release document, in the fourth bullet where it says whereas community bank and municipality desire, I'm just questioning the use of municipality. Not familiar with that term, but I looked it up. It's actually an adverb, but in this context, I don't know if it should say green bank and municipality, because it's a noun, not an adverb. So I'm just questioning just the use of that term, if that's a typo.
I think it's a typo.
oh, it says municipality.
Instead of,
Right.
yeah.
Right, which is an adverb.
I'll check that because they supplied this and I had it run by our legal and that
Nobody
wasn't.
caught it.
So
Or it's okay.
right, this municipality, maybe that is a term I'm not aware of.
Yeah, no, it's a real term, but it's an adverb. So
Right,
that's it. Thank you.
Any other discussion? So we'll look into that, Mark, and have an answer. Right. So motion for May 17th, 2022 at 6:45 in the conference room. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you. Next is the approval of the Rhode Island, Mass, Connecticut relay on Saturday, August 27th. What do we want to do? Run through Columbia?
it's right down the whole Hop River Trail, everywhere they bounce off onto our roads.
Columbia, that would be past the Moose. Yeah, that one.
Yep,
They
the King
come out
Street
there, King Street.
off
Okay.
there.
And then after that, that's it.
Yeah, it ends in Wilmington.
So they start at the.
Yeah, ours was, our portion of that, more romantic, so that's all we're looking, the only streets.
Right, that's what we're approved,
Okay,
from 87 to Wilmington.
so I move to approve the Rye May Con relay to run on the street of Columbia as proposed. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. I signed this up for a relay team, the board.
Yeah,
With
right.
t-shirts.
We're gonna start training now.
I know.
I'll walk.
We got a couple months.
Nothing for the lake. Appointments and resignations. Move to accept the resignation of Kyle Hooper as highway maintainer. Discussion, we sat down with Kyle. He had an opportunity to go to an established position in Willimantic, one that his relative, his father had actually worked at. The opportunity came up. When we talked to Kyle, I think it was a difficult decision for him. He likes working here. He likes the community. His path to advancement was a little smaller than it is in where he's going to. I think that he's, in the future, in 10 or 20 years, he's looking at where he would be from here, where he could be there. And, we tried to work with him and stuff, but basically it was, we couldn't make many promises of, he had, really one, maybe two steps of advancement in Columbia. We're a small community, so.
Right.
So he put in his resignation, and I wish him luck. So any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. And the appointments of Marine Patrol officers. I move to approve the appointments of the following Marine Patrol officers: James Drabeck, David Evans, Ellie Gauscher, John Marshall, Brian Auld, Maya Morales, Madeline Ross, Tegan Maybury Smith, Jaylene Fegan, and Isaac Swanson. Hopefully, they've all been vetted and approved, submitted by the rec director. So,
Yes.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Town administrator.
Just this is the latest memo that sent out to all the staff. We had a rash of COVID, including myself, 2 weeks ago. So it's zipped through everywhere. We've never seen it fly through all our organizations like it has.
But it's not, did anybody get real sick or?
No,
people-
No, the good news is it's like a
A
little
cold.
mild flu or a bad cold, with what I've seen. But this program has a calculator in it, the quarantine isolation calculator, which is very helpful for Jen and I. So we plug in all the variables. Do you have a shot? Do you have a booster? When were you exposed? Do you have symptoms? Then it'll tell you how long to stay out and when you can come back. So it's been really good. So I just wanted to show everybody where we stand right now. And then this is the report that Beverly was able to complete with our money for ARPA. This is a required report to show what we spent and what we've spent it on and what we've funded so far. So you can go through and see each project and that we're in compliance with our.
And it's been approved, everything's been approved. That's wonderful.
So that's just you can keep that as a teach you where we are to date on all our projects.
Well, we need to go over the legislative updates.
Yes, fortunately, I thought I'd have a lot more, but right now, this seemed to be everything lumped into a giant implementer bill. Which seems to be a crazy way to have things magically pop out in a giant
700 pages.
bill, right, that they'll have 4 hours to read. So
At midnight.
I haven't heard where that ended yet.
The only thing, can you comment on the auto tax? Personal property automobiles?
Yeah, so right now, what they max out, 32, 34?
34.7.
And so it won't affect us at this time. And any towns that are above that will have to be made whole. The concern is how long.
32.47, sorry.
I thought it was like this. So right now, that doesn't affect us, but it's never good because the history of our state is that we never honor commitments whenever they take away property tax from the town, whether it's pilot, payment in lieu of taxes, or whether it's MRSA, which was a manufacturing tax on manufactured equipment, or the 0.5% we were supposed to get back to municipalities on sales tax. All these things constantly get swept. So it's concerning. But I get the fact that it's really tough to have a car tax at such different levels.
In the cities, it's awful.
Right, but
It's awful.
we're creating the problem in the
But
cities
at the
by
same
not
time,
paying the
cities have all the stuff they have. Somebody's gotta pay for it.
We've exempted so much of the property tax in the city that it causes the
Right.
mill rate to go so high. So
And then
it's,
the houses aren't worth that much. you
Right,
know.
that's part of it.
But they also have all this, they also have all the services.
well, a disproportionate amount of service requirements.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta
So-
pay for it somehow. So the people in the suburbs get to,
I just,
but the services.
that's where we are.
Okay, thank you. Farmers market coordinator?
Yeah, I just had a call from Walt Tabor. He's geared up, ready to run a farmer's market again. He improved his parking area and all, but they lost their market master.
Mhm.
So he said, we're looking for one. And I didn't know, Ann, if maybe Susan Mitchell might be like to get involved. Because that name came to me as a possibility.
No, well, you could ask her, but I'm pretty sure she does not want to be a market master because she's too busy with her own.
She's doing her own CSA.
Is that the one at 87? Cloverleaf?
Yes, yes, Clover Lee Farm. So Walt is just wanting me to throw out to the board of selectmen if we know of any organizations or know of anybody who would like to get involved in helping run a farmer's market. Really, normally it's the farmers that all get together and make it happen.
So it's like a coordinator.
Right, I think he's looking and hoping for someone to help. So I just want to throw that out there. That's all I was thinking.
Correspondence in there, wonderful. No transfer, no refunds, just bills. Okay, bills. I move that we approve the payment of bills totaling $143,596.38, consisting of 2021-22 regular credit card and paychecks.
So how are we doing?
$800.
Yeah, because they had the formula incorrect and she paid too much into her 401, her 457. So it had to be reimbursed. She put too much in.
So whose mistake was it, Bev's and the paychecks, or?
It was a misunderstanding between payroll clerk and paychecks, and the formula was wrong. And since Bev was putting a good amount in, she had to get a reimbursement because it was too much.
$6,000.
Are we on budget with the stuff at Rec Park, all the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're tracking everything.
Anybody been up to Rec Park lately?
I have not, I've been dying to go.
Yeah, I have,
Looks nice.
it's nice.
It's rocking up there, really is.
It's,
Doing a great job.
The pictures look,
It's cool. People love it up.
that's nice to see.
People like, they really love to go up the tennis courts, the pickleball, the basketball, it's constantly.
Yeah, somebody asked for a second basketball court up there.
So this guy wants to have another pickleball. Are we have,
We're doing another pickleball.
we are doing it. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, we voted on that. So, okay, any other discussion? All those in favor, pay the bills, aye. Opposed? Thank you. Back to audience of citizen. Board member comments. Okay, I actually have one or two. We've received some complaints about noise at the beach after hours partying and loud music and young kids running their cars, screeching their tires and everything. We made contact with the state police. They went down there after we convinced them to go down there. It was more than one person calling me with a complaint and calling it into the state police like we asked them to. So they got names and they made told the kids no more. And they made some contact with some of the parents and they got cooperation. So we haven't had anything back there since that happened, so that's good. We are trying to get new signs that give the police a little bit more authority to say, you can't be here because it explicitly says you can't be here, or you could be arrested, that type of thing. It's just to give them a little bit more foundation to say, hey, you gotta go. Not where somebody can go, well, the sign says you can't be over there, not over here. We're just getting better signs.
Some of the signs close at sunset or what?
Right, and we're gonna have to create an ordinance that says you could be arrested for violation of not following our Board of Selectmen. All parks are closed at sunset, so we have to do it for rec parks, Egg Farm, and the Town Beach. Because if I kick them out of Town Beach, then they'll move to rec park, and then they'll be moved to Egg Farm again. So the police asked for that. They said, could you please give us something that says you could be arrested? If you like,
And we have cameras there,
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
they don't
thank you.
work on-
That's my next one.
great at night.
So we had a little activity up at Rec Park with the new pavilion, pushed their way in instead of doing this, a little bit of, not damage, but
Could.
it could have been. So I am asking Mark to look into better quality cameras. Also a way to be able to capture it a little bit better, so we can hold those people accountable for activity should they cause damage and costly damage, and if somebody gets hurt.
right?
Okay, so we're looking into that.
And does the gate close at night? Close
Yeah,
at a certain
close
time,
at
they
night.
still get in, they're walking.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
I know that spring is kicking off here. They tell me it's gonna be 70 someday. And I know the main moose is opening up tomorrow, so expect a little more activity down there. I'd love to get a call into the DOT to find out what we're doing about the
Oh.
strips.
I need to go over that with you. They told us, they were not the correct department, and good luck trying to get that changed.
Okay, I'll just paint it one night, I don't care.
Which is the right department.
It
For
was
the
a
passing zone in front of the, right?
sad response to our
They did give
request.
us a different department to contact, but basically,
Why we just get somebody out there with a paintbrush and we just.
That's what I'm thinking.
They know,
Honestly, I'll put a fire engine at one end and I'll put a fire engine at another, with lights on and everything. We'll have a paint party and we'll just paint the spotted lines. It's easy to connect
yeah,
where the
it was
holes
a
are.
weird reply.
Honestly,
Make a motion, I'll support
It was a reply that said, we've authorized it as a passing zone, so good luck changing it.
it. Until somebody gets killed.
Right.
and people have. And you talk about West Street and stuff, many people have been killed down there. And I do feel with the amount of traffic coming out of the main moose, you look left, you look right, and then when you look left again and you're halfway out, you're in trouble. So,
Perhaps our elected state representatives and senators can.
we'll look
Yeah,
at
put some
this.
pressure.
That would be the one day.
Yeah,
We'll go through the new contact I just got, and then we'll see what they
Contact
say, and then direct
legislative
them.
people.
Okay, other than that, anything? No, I think I'm good. So nobody else? Wonderful. I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at, can't see it, 7:29.
Express, that's right.
All those in
I
favor?
know. Hi,
Aye.
quick meeting.
All right. Like, why does the
Hi,
board,
Chris.
why does the Board of Education have a gavel? And I don't have a gavel. I'm just saying.
Because they have more unruly.
What robes do
Yeah, like-
Because you
like a
don't
wig.
need
It's a
one.
white wig like the baristas.
I am.
Bye.
Yeah.
God, today,